Okay, guys, welcome back. So, not too much has happened over here in the Holy Lands. We technically have Acre, or Acre. I can't remember what the proper pronunciation. I mean, in English, you would pronounce that Acre for sure, but for some reason, I think it's properly pronounced Acre for some reason. I'm probably wrong, but it does sound a little more, just a little better, in my opinion, than just calling it Acre. But anyway, we have it under siege at the moment. We're missing some units, but that's because I actually sent some of them back to Gaza to get retrained, and we also trained up a unit of armored swordsmen. I was actually holding off on attacking it until they come back. Not because we couldn't take it from them, it's just that I don't want them to get too far ahead here. And there were some troops around here, though. There's only these units here now. But yeah, basically in a turn or two, I mean probably next turn, I assume they can reach. Yeah, it looks like they can reach. So next turn we'll be able to send them there to Acre, or to the army of Morcar the Crusader, and we'll have him take the city, and we actually probably can have our cavalry just kind of intercept those guys. So the triumph, or the triumph bonus that we get to public order, looks like it's going down each turn by about 5%. So it looks like we'll have 4 more turns where we at least get some public order from that. I've set all of the settlements here in the Holy Lands and in North Africa, because I don't know if this counts as the quote-unquote Holy Lands, but whatever. We've set all of the settlements over in this part of the world to low tax rate, just because population doesn't seem to be particularly high in many of these places. Partially because I butchered a lot of people, but also just because it just seemed kind of low anyways. So we're kind of just trying to boost up the population, so even if we could set the tax rate higher, we haven't done so. That even includes Cairo and Alexandria. You can see the population here is still a little small considering it's a large city, and so we kind of want to boost that up a bit too, as well as just keep the public happy here, because well, we've had issues with that in the past. Alexandria in particular has had issues with keeping the population happy, though it is actually somewhat close here to getting to a large city, so that should be good. Alright, but anyway, that's all that's happening over here. We're hopefully going to take Acre in a turn or two. Let's see. Yes, the army of Richard has embarked on the ships. That's the army there, and it's going to be dropped off here next turn, and we're going to have him take Hamburg. And with that fortress, yeah, it is a fortress. With that fortress kind of covering our rear, we're then going to head north and start taking Danish territory here. It looks like there is, let's see, there's 1, 2, and possibly 3 settlements over here. Not sure exactly how many, but looks like 1, 2, 3 probably. So we'll take all of that from them, and then we'll come back south and take any settlements they have down here. It looks like possibly just this one. They might have this one too. See, I'm not sure if this actually updates in real time or not. Actually, I think it does, because I think we once were able to tell that this place was French, even though technically like the flag above it was like rebel or something, just because I was able to right click here. I bet you this is still Polish. It is Polish, right? Yes. And this is still held by the Danes. So we'll just kind of come back down south, take that, and then we can start putting pressure on the Holy Roman Empire and start taking their settlements as well. And he does have the better forces here, so I'm hoping we can just kind of sweep through here and just really start eliminating them. Meanwhile, we have Edward of Oxford here, who's going to try and take Bologna this very turn. Well, I say try. I mean, he should succeed. The only question is the casualties, because wow, do they have like a pretty big garrison there. Of not great troops, admittedly, but it is still a large garrison. And they could probably do a lot of damage by sheer numbers. And of course, they have 2 generals' bodyguards. Those are some good units for sure.
An order.
between our mercenary spearmen, longbowmen, and catapults, hopefully we can just do a lot of damage. I'm actually hoping that the catapults in particular can do a lot of damage this time, because they have such a big garrison that I assume we'll be able to get them kind of bunched up in the streets of the city and be able to just rain fire, literally rain fiery death on them via the catapults. And again, that is the battle we're going to fight this turn. Let's see. The king has grabbed all of his mercenary spearmen, his upgraded army, and is now heading down to Pamplona. He'll be there in a few turns. Oh, I didn't realize he was the prince. Okay, well, Nicholas, the prince here, is actually got, well, basically what I would consider a backup army if we were in the Julii campaign. Remember where I had all those mercenaries who would just kind of follow the main army around and like garrison places and maybe take out, do some small battles on their own? That's essentially what we've got here. I basically gathered all of like the extra troops, well, most of the extra troops that we had lying around, and I'm basically just dragging them around with me to different places, and we're going to use them to garrison the settlements as the king takes them. Though for now, he's actually going to bypass Pamplona and come and maybe hold Zaragoza under siege. The mission to leave the French alone should be done by then. Yes, it looks like it should be. So he should be able to hold the city under siege and just kind of hold it while the king, takes out Pamplona, and then they could kind of swap places where some of his troops can go back and garrison Pamplona while the king then moves on and just attacks and takes Zaragoza. And then we'll have just Valencia to take, and then the French will be eliminated. After that, I'm sort of expecting that the Spanish will have gone to war with us again by then. If not, we might actually, for once, be the ones to initiate a war. Because then we can take out, I think the Spanish have basically these two settlements. And then we can kind of go and take out the Portuguese, which I think this is probably their last settlement over here. The Moors have gone to war with us in the past, and I assume, well, I mean, it was kind of a special circumstance, wasn't it? Oh. Did we get another cross? I feel like we got another cross there, but okay. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. Maybe I should actually keep track of that. Hold on a second. How many crosses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we have 6 crosses. We'll try and keep that in mind in the future. But anyway, the reason I was coming over here was to take a look at the Moors. Yes, our relations with them are quite terrible. So I expect that they will go to war with us at some point too. So basically, we're just going to try and storm through the Iberian Peninsula and just take as much as we can.
Hail, my king.
Let's see. Oh yeah, the Holy Roman Empire has Metz under siege. It's a very small force, though. I'm not sure they'll actually be able to take it. Though just in case they can, the generals, along with some spare spear militia, are going to come down here and... I mean, I assume they'll have attacked by the time they get here. So if they've taken Metz, we should be able to take it right back from them. If they have not taken Metz, then I guess we'll just be able to kind of threaten Imperial forces in the area and just kind of keep them from attacking us. Though, as you can see, the Empire is building up forces, so it might be a little touch and go with our forces here. But the reason I can bring them down here is, as I said earlier, Richard here has his army, so he doesn't need to. They don't need to stay over here and watch the Danes anymore. Richard will go ahead and be the one who's distracting them now. Right, but anyway, I think that's basically it. You can see we've got York. It's harbor blockaded, but that's all right. That's fine. Let's see. We did take out the small, force of Milanese. That, those 2 pieces of siege equipment, or those 2 units of siege equipment, I should say. They were standing out here. We took them out before sending Edward further on here. We also destroyed a very small rebel force here, which is actually why he is standing here at all. We're not going to send him into the settlement, though. In fact, maybe we'll just move him right by the bridge. Because Milan actually has plague. It's very unfortunate. Very odd, actually, because they hadn't even reached the population necessary to be upgraded to a huge city. I don't know if, like, Squalor... Well, I guess Squalor is rather high, isn't it? I guess it won't be high for much longer, though. So we've been actually throwing some very unfortunate units into the settlement to try and keep public order in well, in good hands, and we've also put the tax rate really low. Genoa is also fully happy. Everyone's happy. Everyone's happy these days, probably because of the public order bonus from the Triumph. But anyway, that's everything that's happened on the campaign map. So, Edward. Got some ladders and everything too. Oh, what did we say? Oh, yeah, we already went over that. A whole bunch of militia. So, let's just get right in here and hope that we can take them out. Oh, and it looks like, yeah, we're going to make it a night battle. So let's get in there and cut them down.
There'll be no escaping us now.
Okay, guys, welcome to the battle. So we've taken out all the towers from here to here, and we've breached 3 holes in the wall plus the gate. So our troops are now charging forward. Now, I didn't actually take out any bit of this wall, even though that would have driven these guys from it, because, to be honest, for a start, I wanted to save some ammunition. But also, I assume or hoping that the AI will pretty quickly take their own troops off the walls. Once we start, like, punching through here. They did take some casualties, of course, from the troops that they themselves had on the walls. You guys attack over here. You guys attack in this direction.
Captured the enemy's walls.
Why don't we have these guys attack in that direction? Alright, it looks like the enemy is not taking its troops off the walls. It's an interesting choice on their part. Oh, crap. Do not use fire.
Are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Fire at them there like that, and I guess you guys can try and fire at them like that. Okay, you guys, let's have the billmen actually charge in first. That's one of the general's bodyguards you see right there. So we'll send the billmen there with their armor chopping bills first, and then we'll send some mercenary spearmen in to back them up. I think this counts as direct fire too, actually, now that I think about it, so they're probably taking quite a lot of casualties sitting up there. Oh, one enemy general is dead. Oh, it's probably this guy here, actually. But he wasn't the general, it would seem. Okay, let's highlight our own units here. It looks like they're doing pretty good, but why don't we give them some supporting fire now? You guys continue firing up here, though. Let's see, we had one more unit of archers over here. I wasn't sure what they would be able to do, but I guess, you know what? Why don't we have them fire into the back of these guys over here? Okay, something else I realized that we can now do, which I've kind of didn't want to do actually in past battles, was send in some cavalry. Because, I mean, some of their units do have anti-cav bonuses, but they're not the best units in the first place anyways. Whereas in the past, we did kind of have to worry about that. So let's see if we can have the cavalry try and break some of these units. You guys line up over here. Right, have you guys chopped your way through? Okay, you have. Excellent. So why don't we have these mercenary spearmen head over there and attack those guys from the side. And I guess we'll have the billmen just kind of sit over here for a bit, since we're not sure what we're going to do with them. I'm still a little surprised that they haven't taken their units off the walls yet, but I guess that's just kind of the way it is. All right, get in here, fellas. go ahead and charge in there, and then we'll have these guys just kind of... Why don't you guys also try and push in here a bit? It would be nice if I could get them to push in this way, though. Oh, we actually have routing going on over here.
The enemy force remains.
Alright, just continue charging right into those crossbow militia. Or, no, charge into these town militia who are right here. Ah, okay, so they have started to bring their guys off the walls over there. That's good. Alright, continue attacking. Actually, why don't we have the knights continue in here and kind of help these guys out a bit? Alright, have they brought these guys off the walls? Yes, they have. Here, attack these guys, and actually you guys get in here and attack them. Spearmen get over there. Alright, let's get these longbowmen in here as well. Should be able to break these guys pretty easily. It's here where I think the battle is going to be long, so we need to get our longbowmen in there. Here, let's actually get the knights out of there, since I don't think they'll be serving much purpose over there. Here, you know what? Just step out of the settlement for a bit. Then let's see. We've got how many units here? And we've got... These two are not engaged in doing anything, so why don't you come up here and attack them? You kind of take cover over here, just so that we're not bunching up too much to their fire. Let's see. Let's fire on these crossbow militia over here, and actually, why don't you do that as well? Okay, they are doing direct fire, but I imagine this building is actually giving them some cover. Okay, let's bring these catapults in over here. Ah, good. Excellent. Oh, hey! Hey, look at that. We have the opportunity here to bring these guys around and kind of attack the enemy in the rear. So let us take advantage of that opportunity. Oh, and actually these billmen too. Why don't you guys all come on right over here?
My lord, our men are in command of the city.
Oh, wow. You guys came here much faster than I thought you did. All right, get on over there. Attack in the rear.
Blast! Our men no longer command the city.
All right, you guys stop firing. All right, what are you guys doing? Looks like the enemy is in full retreat, which is what we want. Okay, actually, it looks like they are not routing. Oh. Line up over here and protect the knights in the rear, because I just realized that general actually could do some serious damage if he attacked them in the rear there. Okay, you guys get over here. Yeah, and it looks like they have some units over there. Are these guys fighting someone? Oh, these are the peasant archers who are there. All right, you know what? You guys come over here and take them out. All right, keep them routing and or being killed. And just trying to keep an eye on them. Alright, let's zoom in here. It doesn't look like there's any enemies here. It looks like it's just those peasant archers over there by the wall who are being chased down. Alright, excellent. So, I think the only enemies that are left then are actually right there in the center of the settlement. Let's see, how many units have we got here? It looks like it's these guys here. So let's line them all up over here. And then let's grab some archers. And you guys know what is coming, I'm sure. Let's have the knights kind of go over here. Oh, guys. I actually thought they'd be able to kill them without them actually making it all the way back to the center of the settlement, but it looks like I was incorrect in that regard. What if... Okay, we've just got this one unit of spear militia over here, or mercenary spearmen rather, and then we've got these guys here. Why don't you come on off the wall, and you guys come on over, let's say here, just in case they come down here and try to cause trouble. Oh, I thought I told you guys to leave. Ah, but I think I told them together instead of single, like just as one unit. 'Tis a mistake. 'Tis a mistake. Ouch. Yeah, that would be you guys doing that, right? Let's just obliterate those two guys. Those were the two who managed to escape. And look, they've managed to kill a couple of guys already. Holy smokes, these guys are certainly taking, or this guy is certainly taking a few arrows, isn't he? All right, there we go. All right, I would like to target the general. Let's put these guys on guard mode, though, so if he runs around too much, he doesn't, like, get away or anything. Not sure if these catapults will come in handy, but you know what? We've got them here, so why don't we bring them up? Wait, is the general actually going to come down here? He might. Grab these spearmen as well and bring them over here to kind of back them up. Did we tell you to fire at will? Okay, we did. That may not be wise, though. You guys fire over there.
Guard this area. Attack! Catapult!
You know what? That catapult's not going to be useful. Stop. Now, something that will be useful, though.
George, our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
We're going to bring our cavalry back out again. And we're going to have them try and cut off the retreat of the general's bodyguard.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be
Oh, yep,
ours.
they're routing. Okay,
Lord, our men are in command of the city.
you guys, attack them, intercept them. Meanwhile, these archers can take out those remaining 10 guys that are there. Right, did you manage to get them all? Okay, I think they actually did. Right, well then, line up. We'll watch the last 4 defenders of Bologna here fall to the longbowmen. Come on, there's only 2 left. Poor guy. I think just in the time we've been watching, he got hit like 2 or 3 times. Oh, there he got hit again. Oh, okay. He's finally went down.
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
All right, let's take a look at the casualties here. I mean, just look at all of the bodies around here. Ah, excellent, excellent. I want to say that's less than when we took Milan, and yet we killed so many more. So many more. All right, let's see, the mailed knights. They didn't get too much fighting in, but even so, they actually did very well. These guys killed far more than they lost, and even they did pretty well. Caught some prisoners too. Same with the mercenary Frankish knights. Caught a bunch of prisoners. Inflicted far more casualties than they lost. Even the spearmen did pretty well. Killed quite a few guys on their own. Even, let's see, this mercenary spearman unit took the most casual... Oh, no, actually it was this one. They still killed more than they lost, and in some cases it was actually considerably more than they lost. The longmen did pretty well. Longbowmen, I should say, did pretty well. Certainly in terms of casualties to kill ratio, but they have a bit of an advantage in that they usually don't take part in melee combat. They can fire from far away. I actually thought the catapults would be far more useful in the streets of the city this time, but I guess they didn't have exactly the highest quality units, so they kind of kept retreating back and falling back, and, well, I guess partially that was because they were being murdered. But they didn't stand and fight as much as I thought they would, and so they didn't bunch up as much as I thought they would, and so we didn't have the opportunity to use our catapults as much. Though, of course, the catapults taking out the towers and the walls and the gates, like, that's their primary reason for being brought here. So it's not that they don't earn their keep if they don't get a lot of kills. It's just that they don't get a lot of kills. But they definitely still earn their keep destroying the walls and such. And of course, even the casualties they do inflict on the walls, like, where was it? Like these guys here. A bunch of these guys were killed on the walls here, but that doesn't actually go into the list. So they even have higher casualties than it shows there. But, yeah. I think everyone pulled their weight this battle and contributed to this great victory. So, first blow against the Holy Roman Empire, but certainly not the last. And let's take this back to the campaign map. Okay, admittedly, that is a lot of troops. Not the highest quality troops, but a lot of troops. Do I really want that many troops? And it's not even like a ton of money. It's not a lot of money. See, where would they retreat to? I guess their nearest territory would probably be right here. Or maybe over here. Because I think that's what would happen is they retreat to... Well, actually, they might retreat to friendly territory, and I think they... Oh, wait, they're not allied with Venice anymore. Well, they used to be their protectorate, but that's not the case anymore either. So I guess I don't know what would happen to those troops if they actually accepted the ransom. But you see, then I'd have to go and chase them down if, like, they, let's say, just stayed in this territory and didn't, like, retreat back to their own. And that's a lot of troops, even if, again, they're not exactly the highest quality, and I don't really need the money. All right, you know what? Be gone, all of you.
Victory! Nothing can stop us, sire. Another settlement falls before us. Victory!
Wow. That's unexpected. I didn't think they'd be quite that upset. Oh, they actually must have a massive population. We could get 20,000 from sacking. 20,000! And we'd still kill, you know, a fair number of people, but Actually, the population is decreasing. Huh. Oh, I hope they don't have plague. I can't check that right now, I guess. Oh well. But like when population starts decreasing, I suspect plague, because that's kind of unusual for there to be population decreases. Let's see, and it's a large city. It's not a huge city. I kind of don't want to exterminate then, because I do want it to become a huge city, and that would set them back quite a bit if I did that. But I do kind of want to sack the settlement, because we do need to decrease... We do need to teach these fools a bit of a lesson, at least. They cannot simply defy us as they wish. And it does get us a lot of money. So you know what? We'll sack it. All right, there we go. That's a little better. Yeah, that's not too bad. We should be able to come up with a garrison to this place and be able to actually just leave it. Okay, plague? Plague? No, okay, there is no plague. Wow. Okay, they actually did have the population to upgrade to a huge city, but I guess they either didn't do it, or maybe we interrupted them. Because I think we killed 5,000, and it's 24,000 to get upgraded to a huge city. So, yeah, and actually, population growth is 0 when I do that. Ah, I see. Do we want money, or do we want them to get upgraded? I mean, I guess we still have a bunch of buildings to build. Well, you know what? I'll think about it later. You guys don't need to sit here and listen to me think about that. So let's just get this stuff out of the way. Field Tyrant. No, hold on. How much is his... Is he actually... Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. He's got quite a bit of dread. All right, but anyway, Bologna has been taken. So now it'll be time for us to turn around and start heading towards Bern. And definitely by the time we get there, this mission will have been completed. Or will have expired, I should say. Well, no, I think it will be completed. It doesn't expire. You actually, as long as you cease hostilities, it is a successful mission. Well, that's good. Unless, of course, His Holiness then just immediately issues another mission, like he did last time, saying, leave Milan alone. And I'm like, why? Why do you love Milan so much? Why? Do you love Milan a lot, actually? Oh, wow. Milan is actually the faction that's most in his favor. Oh, he's of the Holy Roman Empire. He probably isn't going to like it that I've been beating on his favorite faction. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we lost a cross. We lost a cross. Oh, boy, did we lose a cross. Though it is kind of funny that he doesn't like the Holy Roman Empire as much as he likes Milan, though. In fact, he likes France more than he likes the Holy Roman Empire. Take a quick look at the College of Cardinals, and then I'll let you guys go. I promise, I promise. All right, we're still doing pretty well. I mean, again, we're going to have this Pope, I imagine, for a while, so it probably doesn't matter too much to look at that. All right, but anyway, that is all I had for you guys now, so I will bring you back as more of interest occurs.